What's up, everybody? Keanu Reeves here with a Delta Force operator breakdown. First up is the recon operator, Luna. Most of her special abilities focus on the bow. Main ability, the detection arrow, is a sonar pinging arrow that leaves a trail that if enemies continuously move along, it will ping them until they get out of its range. Comes in pretty handy for both you and your teammates, as you can see as I pop that dude through the smoke. Placement matters because if you just shoot it willy-nilly, it's not going to do much, but if you actually shoot it in a direction that makes sense, you can spot enemies and, basically hit them on the setup or allow your teammates to maneuver around them and see how they're posting up. The next special ability is the Volt Arrow, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's an arrow with lightning. It shocks the crap out of people, and if they get caught up in it for too long, it zaps them to death. It really makes for great crowd control when you're trying to keep the enemy from pushing back onto the objective. Catch them up in the corners. Don't let them get down their alleys. Kind of makes them have to play into your team. Now, for a more conventional lethal, she obviously has the enhanced frag grenade, which does more damage to ballistic vests and limbs on your enemies that are exposed. Cut and dry for a grenade. Finally, let's talk about her trait, the enemy analysis, which basically is like a Combat Scout perk in Call of Duty. You hit your enemy, it highlights them for a brief period for you and your teammates. The final point I want to make to you would-be Luna operators is when using these respawn beacons, use them wisely. Place them in covered positions and advantageous positions for your teammates. That way they're not just spawning in a hail of bullets and gunfire.
Yeah, we'd appreciate it.
Our next operator is the Assault Operator, codenamed D-Wolf. Having some good D-Wolf operators on the field can really help keep that front line progressing and keep you from getting in stalemates when trying to engage an objective. His primary ability allows his wrist gadget to supercharge his exo legs, causing him to run faster into the engagements, not to mention getting kills restores health, which is a big bonus. This is a really good ability for when you're trying to get to targets or get back to an engagement, that way you don't lose battlefield advantage. Next up, we have the Triple Blaster. Using the wrist module, you can fire 3 rockets or grenades, I guess, allowing you to damage enemies. They're not super damaging, so I wouldn't be expecting to get many kills unless people are low or you catch them all in a combined clustered area. However, they are pretty good at gauging where the enemy is, and they can stick to vehicles. They won't do a lot of damage to tanks. They're mostly best used on light infantry or personnel vehicles. Next up, we have the Smoke. It doesn't really make sense to me considering this is an assault operator. I feel like it should have some kind of lethal equipment. That's just me. I'm not really going to go into it. It's just a smoke grenade. And finally, for you movement freaks out there, the Wolf's traits allow him to have a tactical slide, which can give you an edge in gunfights when faking enemies out around corners, or from when you need to escape while the person teammates are trying to keep you. Speaking of having upgrades, you might have noticed throughout the gameplay,
enemy has fully taken Sector Alpha.
A perfect tool for mitigating gunfights, holding the enemies down alleys, or maybe just lobbing a random one and getting some good kills. The grenade launcher is definitely a good makeup for not having a lethal equipment. There's the operator breakdown for Luna and the Wolf. I figured those two would make a good combination to do for our first operator breakdown video. We'll make a video that focuses on the traits of all the operators in its own, so that's why I didn't expand a lot on their actual traits in this video. I wanted to be more of the actual nitty-gritty what you would be using. Anyways, have a good day, everybody. Kino out. Peace.